Okay, this is just a walkthrough of something I did um, with a song that I got from MuseScore. It's got a button called Edit in Desktop, which opens MuseScore Studio. I just discovered this thing, and it's really. I used to open this stuff in Logic Pro on my Mac, but this seems to do the trick real easily. So MuseScore is a website that you can subscribe to and get songs created by the community, or you can purchase songs that are available. So this song, A Thousand Years, pretty song. This is the sheet music for it, which is typically how you interact with it. But these songs export to MIDI format. And so those two tracks, you got the bass clef and the treble clef. That's track zero and track one in MIDI. And that's basically the left hand and the right hand when it gets displayed um, in my Piano Magic application. So all I'm doing is exporting the MIDI file that has two tracks, and then those two tracks are displayed. Track zero is the left hand, track one is the right hand, or maybe the other way around. I can't remember. But here I'm just going through and I'm remembering some of the challenges I had with my song and just listening carefully to what's going on. So we're coming up to a section of the song where there's a spread and I have to spread an entire octave and I was finding that challenging. So I think what I do here is I pause the song and then I just delete some of the notes. I just delete the lowest note and that way I don't have to spread my hand as far. And now having to spread your hand as far, you can see the sheet music just changes. So I was changing it and then playing the bar and then making changes, and I decided that was good. So what I did was I just walked through this entire song and um, went through parts that I remember being just like stretching a little too much. My hands would get sore. Um, Pulling off some of the notes that, yeah, it takes away a little bit of the depth, but it makes it easier to play. And in my mind, I hear the pretty song that I've heard for all these years, a thousand years. So this has been my creation process. I'm going to clip this video and I'll go to the end where I kind of save it off. One moment. Okay, so I'm getting to the end of the song, just wrapping up the final bars, pulling off some of the full octave spreads that you would have to do normally at the end to reach the great big climax, and just picking off the notes toward the finale, getting it to where it's playable by me for my old mortal hands. So it gets to the end, I hear the big climax. I think everything looks good at this point, and then I get everything saved off. So once everything looks good, and I there's that last bar at the very end, it had a big spread. I needed to go back and edit this, but now you can actually save it. So you can save your project off and that way you can edit it later. I changed the name for me. It's called A Thousand Years for Mortals. That's how it'll show up in my song list. So if I want to play the hard version, I can. But this allows me to choose the somewhat easier version just to get through it and get used to all the interesting triplets and everything that goes on in this song. So here I export it to MIDI and it goes. I have a little tool that runs it that kind of generates it. Um, puts it into the folders at this point um, for like stock songs for my application. So I put it in new so I can go try it out, and that's it. So let's go to the video now. Okay, I just
I just recorded 1,000 years. I didn't record. I just edited 1,000 years and made it simpler for me to play, because spreading my hand an octave, not very good at that right now, and it's such a pretty song, so I made some modifications. This is a first play on 1,000 Years for Mortals. As you saw, it was edited with the MuseScore application. It's all for free and available. That you have to get a subscription to MuseScore to be able to get the songs, but then you can edit it in their tools, and it's just phenomenal. You can print the sheet music, so when you're ready to move up to interpreting sheet music, it's great. But if you find a note that's hard to play or a spread that's hard to do, it's just a way to kind of pull things into an easier scale on your own. So here it is. Woo! I can really feel how much easier it is on my hands getting around. This is a really long song, but I will have a lot of fun playing this song. As you can see, you know, us old people, we have old hands, we have old brains. We don't care, what it takes. We just want to play some pretty songs and get into it and relax our minds and really escape from, whatever we got going on in that day. And that's what Piano Magic helps me do. So I'm going to turn this off and I'm going to finish playing my song.